at home from evening to morning. Now, I have an inflammation all over me. I'm hot, and I'm cold, and my legs are aching, and I've got a cough. There's something dancing before my eyes. Our scoundrel of a chairman, he just wants to throw dust into people's eyes. And so here I sit, working for him like a galley slave.
Nikolaevich.
I have the honor to congratulate you, Andrei Andreevich, on the 15th anniversary of our bank, and hope that...
Oh, yes. Thank you. I think that in view of the unique character of this day, as it is an anniversary, we may kiss each other. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Colleagues. Yes, 15 years. 15 years since my name is Shabucha. Where's the report? Is it coming along?
Yes, I've only 5 pages left.
Excellent, isn't it? This morning your wife came to see me to complain about you again. Said last night you threatened her and the sister with a knife. Kuzma Nikolaevich, what is this all about?
As it's an anniversary, Andrei Andreevich, I'll ask you for one favor. Please, even if it's out of respect for my toil, don't interfere in my family life.
Oh. And the directors, I'm told, are going to give me an address and a silver loving cup. As I was saying, at home, I can live like a tradesman, a parvenu. I can be up to any game that I want, but here, everything must be on ground. This is a family. That's nothing.
I know you're going to have the hall filled with them tonight to put on a good show. But you look out, they'll spoil everything. Cause all sorts of mischief and disorder.
On the contrary, my dear fellow, feminine society elevates.
Yes, and your wife seems intelligent. But on the Monday of last week, she said something upset me for 2 days. She asks, my husband, the bank, who's been bringing up all the shares of the Brzezinski Bank.
Which reminds me, by the way, that my wife should be here soon. I know, I should have gone to the station to pick up the poor little thing. But there's so much to do, and I'm tired. And I'm not glad for her. Well, that is to say that I am glad. But I'd be gladder if she would have stayed a couple more days at her mother's house. She'll want to spend the evening with me. She has some little excursion planned, and my nerves are dancing me all about. They're so strained. I think that the slightest little trifle would be enough to drive me to tears. No, I must be strong. As my name is Shabucha. Oh, just in the nick of time.
Darling!
My dear, we were just talking about you.
Were you very dull without me? Are you well? I haven't been home yet. I came straight from the station. I have a lot to tell you. I shan't take off my clothes. I'll only stay a minute. Good morning, Kuzma Nikolaevich. Is everything all right at home?
Oh, yes, quite. Oh, my darling. May I say how beautiful you are today, how refreshed you look? Tell me, how are things there?
Splendid. Mama and Katya send their regards. Vasily and Drake sends a kiss. Aunt sends a jar of jam. You're annoyed because you don't write. Zena sends you a kiss. Oh, if you only knew what happened. Oh, if you only knew. I'm even frightened to tell you. Oh, if you only knew. But I see by your eyes that you're sorry I came.
Oh, on the contrary, my dear.
Oh, I feel so sorry for Katya. Just so sorry for her.
My darling, today's the bank's anniversary, and well, there may be a deputation of shareholders here at any minute, but you're not dressed.
Oh, yes, the anniversary. I congratulate you, gentlemen. So that means that today's the day of the meeting, the dinner. That's good. And do you remember the beautiful address which you spent so long proposing for the shareholders in bed today?
Well, darling, we don't discuss those matters. You should really go home now.
In a minute. I'll tell you everything in 1 minute and go. I'll tell you from the very beginning. You remember when you were seeing me off, I was sitting next to that stout lady and I began to read, I don't like to talk in the train. Well, I read for 3 stations and didn't say a word to anyone. Well, then the evening set in and I felt so mournful, you know, such sad thoughts. A young man was sitting opposite me, not a bad-looking fellow, a brunette. Well, we fell into conversation. A sailor came along then some student or another. I told them that I wasn't married. And they did look after me. Oh, shattered until midnight.
Would you wait in the outer office for a moment? I shan't be long. Madam, this doesn't make any sense. You've obviously come to the wrong place. This does not concern us at all. You should go to the department which your husband was employed.
Your Excellency, I've been there a good many times these 5 months. He would just say, this isn't your business. Go on with it. And,
Madam, I repeat, your husband was employed by the Army Medical Department. And this is a bank, a private commercial concern.
yes, I understand. Okay, then order them to pay me 15 rubles and I'll come back later for the rest.
I asked you, what do you want?
Tell them, my dear, to give me 15 rubles. I'll be back in a month for the rest.
Haven't you been told perfectly, plainly, this is a bank?
Yes, and I have the doctor's certificate of illness on my...
Haven't you a head on your shoulders or what?
My dear, I don't want anybody else's money. I just want what is rightfully mine.
Thank you, madam.
You're welcome.
But haven't you a head on your shoulders or what? You devil take it, I haven't the time to talk to you. I have work to do.
Madam, I told you, this is a bank, a private commercial concern.
Be a father to me, Your Excellency. If the doctor's certificate isn't enough, I can get you something from the police.
Mother, haven't you already been told you're disturbing them? What right have you?
Mother. Oh, beautiful one. Good, will help me. All I can do is eat and drink, and this morning, I had a cup of coffee. And got no enjoyment out of it!
I talked to Katya, cried, and convinced her to talk to Grindelewski and refuse him.
Your Excellency, can't my husband go back to his job?
Shot himself right in the heart here, and the poor man had fallen down senseless, and he was awfully frightened. And he asked for a doctor, and a doctor came soon and saved the unhappy.
Your Excellency, can't my husband go back to his job?
I can't stand it. What should you do? Just drive her away! Drive her away! I implore you! Get out of there! Get out of here now! Get out of here! Get out of here, woman there! Drive her away! Drive her away! Oh, stop my picture! Oh, I can't make it stop!
In the appearance of the president, perhaps maybe we should do this later. Yes, later.
Only you sit here alone, all by yourself, all day, as if it was a convent. Never taking any pleasure.
My life is already he is already in his grave, and I have buried myself between 4 walls. We are both dead.
My old woman died. Well, when her time came, I mourned her. I wept for a month. Well, that was enough for her. 10 years, you'll be wanting to be the peahen among the officers. But they won't notice you. it'll be too late.
I must ask you to never talk to me about it. When Nikolai Mikhailovich died, life lost all its meaning for me. I vowed to the end of my days to never cease to wear mourning. You will see, Nicholas, how well I can love and forgive. My love will die out with me. Only when this old poor heart ceases to beat,
See?
I do not receive.
I told him, but the devil cursed and pushed his way in. He's in the dining room right now.
Very well. Ask him in.
Oh, you are too fond of talking, you ass! Madam, I have the honor to present myself. My name is Grigory Stepanovich Smirnov, landowner and retired lieutenant of artillery. I am compelled to disturb you on a very pressing affair.
What do you want?
Your late husband, whom I was well acquainted with, died in my debt for 1,200 rubles on 2 bills of exchange.
If Nikolai Mikhailovich died in debt to you, then I shall certainly pay you. But you must excuse me today, as I haven't any spare cash. The day after tomorrow, my steward will be back from town, and I have given him instructions to settle your account. But you must excuse me today, as I cannot do as you wish. Moreover, it's been exactly 7 months today since the death of my husband, and I am in a state of mind which absolutely prevents me from giving money matters my attention.
Madam, I am in a state of mind of which, if I don't pay my interest due tomorrow, will cause me to make an exit from this life feed. First, they'll take my estate.
You'll have your money the day after tomorrow.
I don't need the money the day after tomorrow. I need it today.
You must.
I am received by you with a state of mind. How am I not to get angry?
I thought I distinctly said my steward would pay you the day after tomorrow.
I didn't come to your steward. What the devil, excuse my language, do I have to do with your steward?
Excuse me, sir, I am not accustomed to such expressions or tone of voice. I wish to hear no more.
Very well. Woman has a state of mind. Husband, I go to Bruce and he is not home. Yarosevich has hidden himself away somewhere. God, nearly threw Kirsten out of a window. And Mazuko, the reason he won't pay is he has something the matter with his bowels. I'd rather sit on a barrel of gunpowder than talk to him. I can't even look at one of these poetic creatures without breaking into a cold sweat. I can't even look at them.
Madam says she's ill and will speak to no one.
Get out! Ill and will see nobody. No, that is just fine. But that cannot be helped. I'm not here as a visitor, but as a creditor. And there's no specific dress prescribed for creditors.
You push yourself quite far, sir.
What? What did you just say? Get out of here! Get out!
The devil's come to stay.
Angry I am, so angry. I can grind the whole world into dust. I still feel safe. Waiter!
Sir, in my solitude, I have grown unaccustomed to the masculine voice and cannot stand shouting. I must ask you to not disturb my peace.
Pay me my money and I will go.
I thought I told you perfectly plainly I haven't the money to spare. Wait until the day after tomorrow.
And I thought I told you perfectly plainly I can't wait until the day after tomorrow. There was a time when I used to make beautiful vows. I made beautiful words with my mouth. I used to love to suffer, to sigh at the moon. I used to chatter like a magpie about emancipation. And I wasted half my wealth on tender feelings. But madam, you won't get around me like that now. Those blue eyes, passionate eyes, ruby lips, dimpled cheeks, the moon, timid breathing. Why would it give a brass farthing for any of it, madam? All women, present company always excepted, great or little, are vicious, vain, liars to the marrow of their bones. And as far as this is concerned, as far as this little thinker is concerned, why, a sparrow can give 10 points to any philosopher in petticoats that you would like to name. You look at any of these poetic creatures, all muslin, and you look into their soul, and you see a million transports of joy, and you see a common crocodile. But the most disgusting thing is for some reason, is that for some reason or another, this crocodile believes that it is just chef noir of its privilege and monopoly is its tender feelings. Why, horn cap before you meet a constant woman.
Then according to you, who is faithful, constant in love, is it the man?
Yes, it is the man, of course.
The man! What an idea! What right have you to talk like that? Men are faithful love. What an idea! Since we are talking about it, I'll tell you of all the men I knew and now know the very best was my late husband. I loved him passionately with all my being. Only as a young and imaginative woman can love. I give him my youth, my happiness, my love, my life, my fortune. I breathed in him. I worshipped him as if I were a heathen. And
Yes, you will.
I shan't give you a farthing just to spite you.
Madam, I have not the privilege of being either your husband or your fiancé. So please don't make these scenes. I don't like it.
So you sit down. I ask you to go away.
Give me my money and I'll go. How angry I am, how angry I am.
I don't want to talk to impudent scoundrels. Aren't you going? No?
No.
No?
Nope.
Very well then. Luca, show this gentleman out.
Kind sir, would you please leave like you've been asked? You needn't worry about...
Shut up! To who are you talking about? I'll chop you into pieces!
I'm ill! I can't breathe!
Where's Dasha? Dasha Pelican! Dasha!
Oh, the father, please make him go away. First he scared her to death, and now he wants to shoot her.
If she fights, well, that's quality of rights, emancipation, all that. Here the sexes are equal. I will shoot her on principle.
No.
But how her little cheek shone, how her face reddened.
Oh, go.
She accepted my challenge, all right, but
Go
it is
away.
the first time I've seen a woman that is showing herself. Not a sour-faced jelly bag, but I'm gonna fire a gun or a rocket. I'm even sorry to have to kill her. But I like her. I absolutely like her.
Just go away.
I like her.
Here are the pistols. I've never held a pistol in my hands before.
Look at this coachman and the guard there. Guys, this specialist come alive.
It cost less than 90 rubles for the pair, but this is how you hold the revolver. Come along then. Get your hand on it. And then you hold your arm out straight and like this.
Like this?
Yes. And then you hold the hammer back. Like that. Keep your arm up. And then you tilt your head a little bit and then you pull the trigger. And that's it. And the thing is keep your cool and try not to jerk your arm.
Fare you well, let's stand back or I'll fire!
Well, fire, then you can't understand what happiness it would bring me to die before those beautiful eyes to be struck. So will you be my wife?
Let's go out and fight!
I am mad, I understand nothing. Wind or water?
Let's fight!
Well, very well.
Stop!
Yes.
Nothing, go away, I hate you! Or no, don't go away. My fingers have swollen because of this damn thing. What are you waiting for? Get out!
Goodbye!
Yes, go away, I hate you! Or no, don't go away, where are you going? Don't come near me! Don't come near me!
I shall never forgive myself for this.
Get away from me! Take your hands away! Let's go in!
Little fathers!
Luca, tell them in the stables that Toby isn't to have any oats at all today.
Good evening, ladies and, in a manner of speaking, gentlemen. It has been suggested by the wife that I give a lecture tonight in the aid of charity on some topic of general interest. I don't see why not. If I am to lecture, I shall lecture. It's all the same to me. I couldn't care less one way or the other. Of course, I'm not a professor, and university degrees have passed me by. Still, for the past 30 years, I have devoted my life working non-stop, as you might say, ruining my health and all that on problems of a strictly academic nature. I've done a lot of thinking and have even written some learned scientific articles, believe it or not. Well, not learned exactly, but in the scientific line, as you might say. I wrote a great screed the other day on the ill effects caused by certain insects. My daughters really took to that one, especially the part about bed bugs. But I would ask that you attend tonight's lecture with all due seriousness, or worse things might happen. If anyone is scared or put off by a dry scientific lecture, well, he can just stop listening and go. Very well. I commence. I would also ask all doctors in my audience to pay particular attention, as this lecture will prove a veritable goldmine of useful information for them, since nicotine not only has harmful effects, but is also used in medicine. For example, if you put a fly in a snuff box, it will die. Of a nervous breakdown, probably. I'm a complete failure. I have grown old and stupid. Here am I lecturing and looking pretty pleased with myself when I really feel like screaming or running for the ends of the earth. There's no one to complain to. It's enough to bring tears to your eyes. You'll say, you have your daughters? What of my daughters? They only laugh when I talk to them. Escape. To escape from this rotten, tawdry, vulgar existence that's turned me into a pathetic old clown and imbecile. To escape from this stupid, petty, vicious, nasty, spiteful, mean old cow of a wife that's made my life a misery for 33 years. To escape from the music and the kitchen, my wife's money, and all of those vulgar trivialities. To just stop in the midst of the country and stand there under the broad sky, looking up at the bright, quiet moon all night long and just forget. God, how I'd love to lose my memory. How I'd love to tear off this rotten old tailcoat, the one I got married in 30 years ago, the one I always wear when I give a lecture for charity. So much for you. Take that. I'm a poor, pathetic old man. Like this waistcoat with its rotten old moth holes in the back. I want for nothing. I'm above all of those low, dirty things. There was a time when I was young and clever and went to college. I had dreams and felt like a human being. Now, I want nothing. Nothing but a bit of peace and quiet. Oh, I said, she's arrived. She's here. And she's waiting in the wings for me. Please, if she asks, tell her that the lecture was, that the imbecile, meaning me, behaved with dignity. That's the end. And so, on the supposition that tobacco contains the terrible poison to which I have just alluded, smoking should on no account ever be indulged in, and thus I can only hope that some benefit may accrue from this lecture on the harmfulness of tobacco. That's the end. Dixie, Anton, Bobby.
What is with the fancy get-up? You know, top hat, dress code. Can you be going somewhere, my darling?
Oh, no, only to see you honoring Stepan Stepanovich.
Why the fancy get-up? It's like you're making a New Year's Eve call.
Well, you see, it's like this, so to speak.
No, round and round in my precious, spit it out.
Actually, one moment.
Well,
This very minute, in fact, I've come to ask for the hand of your daughter, Natalia Stepanovna, in marriage.
by Jove, Ivan Vasilievich, can you say that again? I don't believe I heard it.
I have the honor to ask for the hand of...
Yes, I'm glad, and so on, yes, indeed, and all that sort of thing, you know. I have hoped this for so long, it has been my continued desire.
Yes.
And you know, my angel, I have always loved you just like my own son.
Yes.
Well, there, it's you. And Papa said, go, there's a merchant, come for his goods. How do you do, Ivan Vasilievich?
How do you do, honor Natalia Stepanovna?
You must excuse my apron. We're shelling peas for drying. Why haven't you been here for such a long time?
Well,
Sit down. Won't you have some lunch?
No, I've had some already.
Then will you smoke?
Well, I actually...
Here are the matches. The weather is splendid now, but yesterday it was so wet the workmen didn't do anything all day. How much hay have you stacked? Just think, I felt greedy and had a whole field cut, and now I'm not at all pleased about it because I'm afraid my hay may rot. I ought to have waited a bit. But what's this? Why, you're in evening dress. Well, I never. Are you going to a ball or what? Though I must say you look better. Tell me, why are you going like that?
Well, you see, you see, it is like this, so to speak. I've come to you with a request, and you might be surprised, or perhaps even a bit angry, but my heart, it is palpitating. I cannot continue this discussion. I cannot breathe. Oxen Meadows are mine.
Ours!
Mine!
Ours!
What's the matter? What's all the shouting about?
Papa, please tell to this gentleman who owns Oxen Meadows, we or he.
Well, darling, the meadows are ours.
Stepan Stepanovich, you will remember that I'd already told your daughter, my aunt gave the land to your grandfather's peasants in perpetuity. They used the land for 40 years.
Excuse me, my precious, but you forget just this. Those peasants never did pay your grandmother because the meadows were in dispute. And well, now everybody knows that their eyes and all that.
Your mother was a humpback.
Oh, and your father was a guzzling gambler.
You haven't been many backfires to equal your aunt.
It is no open secret that before the last elections you bribed. I see stars. I can't.
No, it's honest.
Oh, where's my?
Me.
Where's my?
And you're nothing but a malicious, two-faced intrigue.
No. Excuse me, you are forgetting one thing. Squeezer is an overshot.
Overshot, is he?
Yes.
First time I hear it.
It is true. His lower jaw is much shorter than his upper.
Have you measured?
Well, yes, of course. He is all right at the following, but if you want to get a hold of anything,
In
why,
the
it's
first
just...
place.
Well, now that guess of yours, I suppose, has its good points. Let's see, he's purebred, firm on his feet, and is well-rounded in the rib cage. But if you want to know the truth, that dog has two faults. He's old, and he's short in the muzzle.
Oh, you did not just... Oh, my heart, my foot is asleep. Well, let's face the facts. You will remember that on the Marinsky hunt, my dog ran neck and neck with the council.
Or I will shoot you like a partridge, you fool!
Your late wife used to beat you.
Yeah, you're under the slipper of your housekeeper.
Oh, my head is dizzy. Oh, my shoulder has come off. Where's my shoulder? I see stars.
I give that boy some vodka, wake him up a little bit.
Hunter, are you? You ought to go.
He says I'm
Can't
sick.
even sit on
I'm
the
weak. I can't breathe. Water. I need some air. I need some air. I'll
the matter
whip him
with
like a dog. I'll whip him. I'll take that boy and
You want
teach him a
me-
lesson. I'm just tired of him talking back to me and everything. What's the matter?
He's dead!
What am I waiting for? Oh, give me a pistol! Give me a knife! Oh, he's coming around! Oh, he's coming around! Oh, that's it here! Have some water! Have some butter! Oh, yeah, like that vodka? Yeah! Well, she's willing! Now, why don't you go ahead and get married and everything now? I'll give you my blessing, but just leave me in peace! Now go ahead, she's willing and all that sort of thing. Just kiss her and be damned to you.
Kiss who?
Kiss her!
Yes. Oh, now I remember. Yes. I am happy. Yes.
Oh, now there's the load off my shoulders.
Of course. Now you will admit that guess is worse than squeeze her.
Oh, now, dear, stop your wedding.
It's better.
Have some champagne.
It's better.
Champagne!